So I've been sorting out my workshop to kind of get ready to move because I'm moving soon, and I looked behind the Furby organ and there was a pile of guitar cases, soft and hard cases, and in there was a guitar I completely forgot about. It's in this thing, and I haven't seen it since I moved in here about 2 years ago now. So let's have a look and see what's inside. Yeah, there it is. It's a Gibson Les Paul that has been modified to have a MIDI keyboard inside of it. So basically, I modified this about 10 years ago, way back in 2010 actually, and I modified it because I was in a band that needed guitars and keyboards. And, you know, I figured, why not save carrying the guitar and the keyboard and just put them together? I'm sure there was projects similar to this way back in 2010, but I hadn't seen any, so I was like, ooh, let's just make it and see what happens. Some of you may be saying, why the heck have you done that to a Gibson Les Paul? Why didn't you do it to a cheaper guitar? Well, the thing is why would you do it to a cheaper guitar? If you're going to be using it, you may as well do it to the guitar that you like playing. I know it's sacrilege, but what are you going to do? So this is one of my first electronic projects. I even got my dad to help me route out the back because I didn't trust my woodworking skills, because they're even worse than my soldering skills. So on the front I drilled a load of holes and just put in these buttons that actually illuminate. Oh, it's out of batteries. And at the back there's a load of electronics. And yeah, here's a pretty scrappy looking bit of acrylic plastic. I'll just come off. This has seen better days. So yeah, in 2011 to 2013, this guitar was used quite a lot, and it saw a lot of shows and stuff, so it's a little bit rough. The neck even snapped 3 or 4 times, so it's not the finest of machines, but it's still usable, and I'll show you that now. So inside here is a mangle of wires, and basically all it does is it goes to the Arduino. I don't know whether I have a code anymore. Basically the Arduino turns all these buttons into a MIDI keyboard. On the bottom there's a load of holes because it used to actually have a USB keyboard that I pulled to pieces. It plugged into a microcorg, I think, but then I went to the 5-pin DIN option, and then on this knob you can actually change, you can turn it on and then you can change the MIDI channel that it's correlated to, I think. Hopefully in here is the battery bay. Ooh, like I said, this is probably my second ever actual project. After making an Atari Punk console, I went straight and jumped in the deep end and just modified my favourite guitar. A bit silly, I know. It's running on AAA's because I didn't actually put any current limiting resistors into the LEDs, so it kind of made a 9-volt battery go flat straight away. So some double E's inside. Plop that back in there. Hopefully it's all going to be working and this isn't going to be in vain. I remember I was going to turn this into an infinite sustainer because I really wanted one of those Roland GR500s that I now finally have, but yeah, it's just a square aluminium cover that was covering up the hole for the neck pickup because I used the neck pickup in a homemade guitar project. I know, it's absolute sacrilege. I made a few of these. I even made one for the bassist in the band. It is actually somewhere here because he left it in the band van after we split up, so it's still here somewhere. I even made one into a pink Epiphone Les Paul, but this Les Paul was rubbish, so it wasn't really usable, and at some point it was pilfered for parts. This one was a USB one, and yeah, this one I don't think is ever going to be functioning again, but it looks nice on the wall, at least. But yeah, if you turn it on, you get the lights, and then it should work. Ooh. So this is the guitar. I'm gonna tune it. I got it plugged into my modular. Initially I actually had a microcorg that had the keyboard cut off it, and it was velcroed onto my pedal board, but that has sadly disappeared. I don't know where it actually went. I think it kind of stayed in the band van when we still split up. I forgot to say it's actually really hard to play. These keys are really small and they're in quite an awkward position where you can't actually kind of see them at the same time. There are a lot of projects out there like this, but I didn't have a clue. I was just going off on one, trying to build something funky, you know? It's like really awkward. Oh, no wonder I haven't played this in like 7 years. It's too awkward to play in any other scale but like A minor with the E major kind of thing. You know, but whatever. And yeah, by the end of that band, I kind of like pulled it out and just played it as a guitar with the lights on because it looked pretty snazzy. I actually devised up a way of holding the plectrum as well. So when you play the guitar, you quickly put the plectrum there, and you can still actually play the thing, and then you can flick it back. So you know, and then you put your plectrum there. It's really that quick. So playing guitar, putting plectrum away to play keyboard if it caught on. But yeah, that's this Gibson Les Paul, and it still works perfectly fine as an actual Gibson Les Paul. It's just got more holes in it than your usual Gibson. I've put audio downloads of this session on my Patreon, so if you want to use some bits and bobs for stuff, then chop it up, download it over there. The link is in the description. And there are some excerpts from the last live stream, highlights if you will, over on my other YouTube channel called Look Mum No Computer, but more serious-ish. The link is also down below. And I've been Look Mum No Computer, and yeah, like I said, don't be scared to route out the back of your fancy guitar. Anyway, see you later.